Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5 as Portugal. So the plan for today, of course, is to first finish Petra and then work a bit on our trade routes. We have some safe trading partners on our island, so we want to take advantage of that, and then we want to expand, get at least 2 more cities, hopefully in this episode. 1 and 2 is most likely gonna be here. Also, with fishing, we should be able to start exploring, so first we want to check this island here to see how many tiles it has, so we can like work with how many cities we can put in there, and then explore everywhere around our starting island to see like how many cities we can expect to settle. As if we have room, let's say, for 4 cities, then I'm gonna play the game quite differently compared to if we had room for, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 cities. So I need to know this as soon as possible so that I can adjust this information. When we are talking about adjusting to new information, there is one thing that I wish I knew before I started this series. It's something that, well, it was mentioned in the patch notes, but in a way that didn't really warn me, didn't really tell me anything. And it took some digging and some help from you guys to actually find out what happened, why I had so many problems during my test runs. I'll read you the patch notes, or actually just that one sentence that mentions this change. Fixed some missing scaling for game speed for certain items, such as handicap and XP for the AI. It doesn't tell me anything what this means, and it definitely doesn't warn me about what it actually means. Had I known what changed exactly, I would have picked very different settings for this game. I would have gone with Spain, and I would find basically perfect settings for Spain to test this. What it means is that now, based on game speed, the AIs are getting certain bonuses. So it's meant to like compensate for the difference in difficulty between different game speeds. I agree that before this change, standard speed was much more difficult than epic speed, or I don't know if it was much more, but it was definitely more difficult than epic, and epic was more difficult than marathon. So basically, the slower the game, the easier it became. This change is supposed to compensate for that. So when you go fast, the AIs get 0.67 modifier or something like that. I wasn't really paying attention to this one because it's not relevant to me. But the AIs should be now easier on fast. But the slower you go, the stronger or the higher this modifier should be. I still don't know what exactly it affects. But for epic it's 1.5 and for marathon it's 3. I hope it doesn't mean that, or let's talk about epic, that on epic all the AIs are just 50% stronger straight up. I don't know, that would feel a little excessive. But even though I don't know what exactly it means, all I need to know is that, all that's important is that I know there is a change that makes the AIs stronger. I just wish I knew this before I started this series, because with a change on such a massive scale, it basically affects everything in the game, one number, and it completely changes the game. I would go with Spain or something like that, an AI, or not AI, a save that is almost like too strong. We saw last time what Spain can do in the hands of the AI, so in the hands of a player, it's even stronger. And a civ like that and the domination victory would give me some room to do testing. With the civ that's really not that strong, and the victory condition that I have like no experience with, I'm afraid that in this game we all get into pretty serious trouble, and I'm afraid the game might be lost before it even began. And it's because of something that I just didn't know about. That's what's pissing me off the most. if you make a change like that, let the players know and make sure they understand what it means. But, well, I guess it's just a problem that's very specific to me when you are playing, like, just off camera, I'm not recording. You just learn this change and start a new game, no problem. Here for me, I mean, I could do that. I could just switch to Spain, but I don't want to. I was actually looking forward to playing as Portugal for quite a while. So I'll still try, but yeah, know that this series might be a nightmare. Okay, so we now have the explanation for some of the unexpected problems that I've run into. Maybe now when I know, I'll be able to already like start reacting even without knowing specifics. Just knowing that something changed could help me to adjust. So what that means is that I'll have to be a lot more careful with everything that I do. It's probably gonna slow down the game a little bit. I'll pay more attention to micromanagement, make sure that I'm not missing any yields whatsoever, that I'm using everything to like 100%. For example, last time we didn't use the worker properly. We missed on like 3 or 4 turns that we could have used to pre-build a road, for example. So we have to eliminate all of these things and just play and like peak efficiency, see if that will somehow work. But I still am not sure that even if I play at my best, because we are going for a victory condition, I'm not experienced with if that's gonna be enough. Okay, enough talking, let's start playing. Religion, we have to work on that, but I can't do anything right now. We need to get fishing first. When we get fishing, we need to get the workboat immediately so that we get the crab. We are working on truffles, so that will be extra faith. We need some trading partners that could potentially give us even more faith. What else is there that would give us faith? Once we are done with Petra, we need to get 2 settlers right away after that. I was thinking about getting a second trade route, but I think I'll need settlers so that I can get shrines. That's going to be the first building for both cities. And hopefully, if we fully focus on religion, it will be enough to get probably the last religion. What else? Let's check yields. Tile assignment. So we still need to keep the court chapel locked. If I unlock it, it's not gonna change the fate. It only changes culture. So once we have the next social policy, I think we'll change this assignment. Other than that, this is fine for now. We needed the production. And we need those workboats. Okay, go. Oh, and by the way, there's one thing. I may do some reloading in this series if there are like some completely unexpected events because of this modifier that, I don't know, the AI is just built a wonder much earlier than I would expect. I'm used to certain like timings in the game that are now gonna change, so it's much more difficult for me to guess when specific wonders can be gone. So if I go for a wonder that I would usually easily get, and now because of this change I won't get it, I may actually reload and change my planning around it. I need to learn the new numbers, and well, off camera I would learn it eventually. On camera I will have to take advantage, maybe, of reloading. I still want to avoid it, just saying that I may do it here and there. Next, now we need to get money. How long until we get this? 3 turns? Oh, that's, for example, one thing I'll have to pay attention to. For example, finish tile improvements 1 turn earlier manually. Next. Just feels that this change now gives me a lot more room to make mistakes. There are so many things suddenly that usually can slip up and it doesn't really affect the game too much that now suddenly become a lot more important and you can't really miss anything. Okay, there is our luxury. I think... Okay, I have to jump into the city to change this number. And we have a quest from Zanzibar, so they will give us money to buy maybe even both workboats. Let's see, in 13 turns, it's 80, 170. Yeah, we should have more than enough to buy both of these. The question is, do we need it? Depends if we find any neighbors. Now there is also a question, do we want to go for this artist first? I don't think so. We need that engineer. It's way more important than finishing this quest. Of course, we want to finish this one. That growth is pretty important. But for now, we can just keep going. Now we get the money. This will give us... What was it? Like 40 influence. With... You are giving me happiness and 1 gold. I mean, I'll take it. But we need... Sydney and Bogota a lot more because culture and not mercantile, maritime city-state, that's much more important in the yields that we can potentially get. Okay, what about the worker now? We don't have mining. We could pre-build the road. For a while we won't be able to get really anything relevant. The question is, do I want a road? Because we'll be connecting all cities with lighthouses. So, and also movement of units. I mean, without roads we will be slower, but our cities will be very close to each other. I don't think that I want to build roads even. Yeah, I think I'll pass on roads. So maybe last time not doing anything wasn't a big deal. We didn't really lose anything. Problem is, there's nothing to do for the worker. Remove jungle. Don't have anything to remove or... Wait, still don't have that, never mind. Can't get more camps. What if I bought... Actually, I can't do anything with the copper, never mind. Is there anything else that I could buy that would, like, help me in any way? No. What do I get next? Fishing. After fishing, I get mining. I could move the worker here, probably get ready to build a mine, but I don't think there's anything better to do right now. How are we doing? 7 turns. 12 turns here. Statue of Zeus gone. Statue of Zeus is here, so that's what. That's actually fine. It's not that fast because to get a bronze working, you need only 3 tags. 1, 2, 3. Actually, Petra also needs just 3. You don't need wheel to get trade. So it's possible that someone is already working on. So actually, this is fast. Or is it? No, we started with wheel. If we went directly for Petra, we'd probably be finishing it at this point as well. No, it wasn't that insanely fast. What was it? Turns 69 for one of these wonders. Eh. Fortify. 5 turns. Go, go, go. How long until we get another tile? 4 turns. Sucks that I can't afford to buy this tile. I'd like the option for the border to grow this way. I need to keep my money to get my fishing boats right away. Next. Now with 9 gold per turn, I actually feel a little bit better that our economy doesn't completely sucks. Wealthiest people doesn't really mean anything this early. At least we know that the AIs don't have like thousands of gold at this point. Which tile did we get? The worst one, by far the worst one. Why couldn't we? Why is this even an option when there is a resource on the other side? And again, why is this an option? And this is a forest hill. This should be plains or grassland or something. Yeah, jungle plains with the resource has a lower priority than a fucking forest hill. Makes no sense. This is actually a big deal, because this would be a 3-1 tile immediately. You could switch this guy. This would be 4 food tile, so potential for much better growth. This one is completely useless. Okay, next. I'll have to decide what I'm gonna do with all these forests. There are not enough forests to get the triangle of lumber mills, so I'll probably get rid of them. Maybe get. Actually, why would I get farms? I'm gonna need all of these tiles for great people improvements, most likely. We settle here. Could get lumber mills here. But again, there would just one tile getting a bonus. Now, I'm probably gonna get rid of all these forests. So, justice. Let's check the numbers. 17. Here we get production everywhere. With garrison, we get combat strength, engineer slot, defense, hit points, and +3 flat production. It's +4 production in the capital, plus potential for more from the engineer. Down to 13, so what was it? 5 turns? Actually, I don't remember what the number was. 13, 11. 2 turns, that is relevant. Growth, how does it look like? 17. If I unlock this one, unlock this tile, it won't change anything. I'm just gonna check. That will save me 1 turn. Growth-wise, that's 20. Yeah, that's 17. That's not what I want to do. I mean, I don't want to stop the growth. But going down to 11, I think that's worth it. How does it look? It looks like... Can't talk. How does it look like with settlers? 8 turns with these assignments. Just curious. I could get down to 10. And that would lose me, what, 1 turn. But 48 and 192 turns on an engineer. That's quite a noticeable difference. And that engineer, we need that one manufacturer as soon as possible. Oh yeah, we'll keep that guardhouse locked until we get an engineer, and then we will decide what's gonna be the next move. If we still have the quest for the artist, I think I'll finish him. And then we'll see maybe lock a scientist to get 2 academies as soon as possible. One from the scientist, and the second one would come from the free scientist that will get education, or rather with the University of Coimbra. There is a free scientist, right? Yeah. 4 turns. Okay. 300, 4 turns. Once we get fishing, that's the next important stop. What was that? Oh, no longer friends. There's a worker that we could potentially steal, but I don't think we need to do that. We won't need too many workers. The important thing is that the border doesn't grow on this tile. They actually could even like lose us the game, because I would have to wait for a general before I'd be able to get the city location. I just can't afford to delay the city by like, let's say 50 turns or something like that. One more turn. Give me. Okay, fishing. So now we can embark. It's one thing I don't want to forget, but we can buy workboats. Of course, it'll be more effective just building them. But we have too many things that we need to build, so we're gonna buy both of them. Which way do we go? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, probably a little bit. Or are we faster? Yeah, we are faster. Next turn, we'll be able to go here. Actually, it's the same thing if I embark or going this way. What about the warrior? Let's keep him here for 1 more turn, maybe 2 more turns. I don't want barbarians spawn here right before I get the Pathfinder there. Excuse me. Next. Okay, so you can make it here. Guess I want to start here. Usually what I would do, I would send the first workboat here and the second one here to get both these tiles at the same time. But we are not working them, and we need that luxury up and running immediately. So the first one will improve the closer crab. Buy the other one. Okay, now you go here. We are at 9. Let me compare the number 17 down to 9. That's a nice change. And this one will go here. What I could do maybe is to lose this food, lock this one. 5 turns, 6 turns. Yep. I'd love to get the second caravan after Petra, but I don't think I can afford to do that. I could go like settler, caravan, settler. The reason why I can't afford to delay the first settler is that I'm just really scared that Zanzibar is gonna just block the city location. 45, anything else? 85 gold. Should I save the money to rush both shrines? I probably should. How much is this tile? 80. Suddenly these tiles are not that interesting once both the crabs are available. Should be fine. We're gonna be also losing population. Only reason to buy this tile be to get the copper earlier, but we won't be able to improve it for a while. We won't be able to improve it until we get the ability to remove jungle. How long until the border grows? 12 turns? So with 11 gold per turn, I can't afford to buy this tile. I want to know if the border can grow here naturally. It can't. That's a lot of money. Next. Shrines should be 110 gold each, so with 11 gold per turn, we are fine. Excellent here. So what do we see? We see that we don't like this. Well, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this crab is our monopoly. We need a city here. We get a city here. This is too far. And this is too far. So this city will have double fish for itself. It will have... Probably want to settle here. So it will have deer. We will have 3 mines. It's not, like, horrible. It will have food. It will have production. In the long run, it can be focused on specialists, but it's not great either. At least it won't be like super easy to conquer. Let's just check a little bit more around the island. Okay, you are heading here. Still don't have mining. Now, that warrior. Do we want to explore with that warrior? Probably not. I don't want... Actually, I can do this now to prevent barbarians from spawning on this tile. I want to have vision on these tiles so that barbarians can't spawn here. Once we get the city, the warrior can probably explore. If I move back, I should have vision on this tile as well. Okay, so this is probably the maximum vision that I can get from the warrior. Now... let's check as many tiles as possible. Doesn't really tell us anything new. What do you want to do next? Next we need Petra. So 3 turns we don't really have much to do. Actually, no. We get the workboat. And we lock it. Good. It's 3 turns. Is it gonna change? No, it's not. 5, 6. We save a turn here. I actually like this increase of difficulty, because it's actually after I don't know how long I'm like forced to think what I'm doing, how I can get the maximum out of everything. Usually I just, for last, I don't know, 10 series maybe, most of the time I just played on autopilot. If I made a mistake, it didn't really matter. Here, even though I don't know the exact effect of the changes, it already feels like any mistake that I make is gonna have consequences. So you'll stay here. We don't have extra movement through desert yet. Really? No, we have only Trailblazer 1. Unmet player entered classical era. Some says probably rushed sailing. For sailing, you just need these 2 tags, and of course fishing trade. So that's 5. Which isn't that far ahead. Two more turns. Next. So where do we go now? I think I'll check what's to the north. I want to know if there is another island, perhaps, that would like change my mind, but I don't think so. I mean, if there was an island, it would have to be here. Now, even if there was, now I have to settle here for that crab. There would have to be an island with a crab that could potentially change my mind. I would set like here to cover this island, and I would move this city here to cover the almost the rest. That's unlikely. What's the religion 90 turns? We are too slow. Next. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything yet, but that scared the hell out of me. That was 85. And holy crap, I almost had a heart attack. So on turn 85, let's check Petra. I'll get that in a second. Can only build and send next to the desert. Gain additional trade route. Free caravan. 1 gold from desert tiles. And with archaeology we get culture. Okay, nothing super important there. But what I want to check before I forget are the other yields that we are getting. So 2 culture and then engineer points. So we are getting 2 extra engineer points from our wonder. It's actually a nice combination. And here we are getting faith and culture. Yep. But come on. Those wonders, that's what I was talking about. So it's turn 85, and all the wonders from the second line of tags are gone. Statue of Zeus seems to be a super high priority, going at turn 69, I think. And turn 85 is Mausoleum, Temple, and Petra gone at the same time. I think Petra is still quite safe in most games because not every save will have the option to build it. But if you want to get the other wonders, you need to have above average start, otherwise you won't be able to pull it off. And I think Great Library, after this change, might actually be impossible to build, with the exception of a few saves that just have insanely strong start. Yeah, I think that no wonders from the third line or row can be built reliably. You just can't expect to build a single one. So you can't have a strategy based around these wonders. Let's say tradition, hanging gardens, you can forget about that. You are not getting it unless you get insanely lucky. Great Library was actually quite difficult to get even before, because you're usually lacking culture. And Terracotta Army was also quite difficult, but now it's probably impossible. Great Wall is most likely impossible at this point as well. I think actually all the classical wonders will be close to impossible. Maybe Colossus here and there, but if you rush Colossus, then you are in trouble because you are missing on some of these stacks. Not even sure that a player will be able to build wonders until like industrial era after this change. And well, I mean, that sucks, taking this part of the game away from players on the highest difficulty. On that, it should be difficult getting wonders, but it should be possible to get any wonder if you focus on it. I have a feeling that after this change, after the addition of that multiplier, some wonders are just impossible. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, there might be a passage to something. There is definitely something, because every resource tile on the map has to be reachable from a city. So, because there is a fish here, that of course can't be reached from this side, we know that within 3 tiles of this fish under the fog of war is a land. So we should get access to another island. Now, we are 2 turns away from the next citizen. Well, I think that's worth waiting for. I could get the workboat. If I get the city here, that workboat, I can't really reach that crab fast enough. I could improve the fish, but I don't think that's what I'm doing. If I looked farming, would it speed up things? No. Can I get more food? No. Oh, actually I can. If I did it this way, can I get down to 1? I can. Okay, that's fine. Now, we have the request for a trade route in Bogota. Is that gonna get us to size 8? I could start working on the... I could start working on the settler right away, actually, because I will get the size 7 thanks to this food. Settler doesn't block growth from flat yields, right? Growth in this is stopped. I think I will get the size 7. Can we speed up the settler? Now we are on 8. Still on 8. I definitely want to lock this tile. We are on 8 now. If I unlock this and lock the court chapel, it's still on 8. And I'm not losing anything. Okay, let's do this. We send the caravan south, and that will give us the extra population. And here we are getting the extra yields for trade route moving. So it was 4 science. Let's say like 35% more or less boost You'll be getting that +4 every turn. That is nice. That's really good. It's a 25% boost to our income, which is also really good. And we are getting the general points, but the general is gonna take a while. I think I want to use the general here. Or actually, wait. When can I get citadels? Not citadels, forts here from engineering. Do I wait for that? Or do I need this passage earlier? Could go around. It's not that far. Next. There is the reward. See, there is. Oh, there is a sieve. Hey. Do I want that copper? By getting another unique luxury right here, I would get. So I can even get gold, 1 extra gold this way. But I'm getting the extra faith, and I have to accept this probably, even though I can get my copper earlier than in 70 turns. I need that faith right now. Also, we need to stay friendly with her because she's very close and I don't want to have an early war. Let me check our pantheon once again. So it's gold, culture, and faith. Yeah, there's just too much that we get from that imported luxury. Look at that. Oh, by the way, guys, did you notice when we get alliance with Bogota, did the pantheon bonus kick in for the gems? I wasn't paying attention. What are we getting? Culture. I hope that getting luxuries from city-states count as import, so that it applies to the bonus. But before the alliance, we were getting what, like 11, 12 gold per turn. Now we are at 22. I'm pretty sure we get the bonus from the gems as well. Question is, how are we gonna maintain the alliance? Because 78, that's not gonna last that long. Though, what I can now do, I can delay the copper. I don't have to buy the tile right away because I'm getting the luxury somewhere else. Yeah, we did get the size 7, and size 8 is pretty far away. Food. Can we somehow... No, there's no way we get the 6. Is there gold somewhere? Yes, there is. How are we suddenly getting 26? I think that those diamonds kicked in now. I had to enter the city. Nice. 26 gold per turn is actually pretty good income. How much is that tile once again? Plus 55. Wait. Next. Another player entered classically. Oh, I wanted to check how many tags do you have? 7. We have also 7. Yeah, just got the 7th. That's not too bad. Can we somehow make it over? No. Okay, you're gonna build me a mine. Still can't remove this jungle. So I can't do anything about the copper yet. One, 2, 3, 4 turns. When do we get the quarries? It's gonna take a while. I may actually get 4 settlers before the caravan. It's gonna slow down our capital a lot. We'll drop to 4 population. But we'll have 4 cities and we will have enough resources in range to get the monopoly. So if I rush the monopoly after that, those cities will grow much faster. It will be, for example, +6 food for our capital, and each of these cities would then grow really fast with a tile that would be, what, 7 to 1 or something like that? And we would have luxuries for trading. We don't want to sell luxuries, we want to trade luxuries. That's actually the plan, I think. I don't think I want to go this way because I'm afraid that we could just get stuck if the border grows in the wrong direction. So let's get out of here and we'll explore probably in this direction. Still want to leave the warrior here. I want to make sure barbarians don't spawn. Next. Sure, the border grows in this direction. Ah. Okay, what's gonna be next? Now it has to be the bananas. Ah, well, luckily it's not important this time because we have enough tiles to work. $76. Okay, so we'll get the next social policy before we lose this alliance. We are getting a ton of money. I'll have to figure out what we're gonna do with it because we need 330 for shrines. But we'll get a lot more than that. I guess I'll just save up for workboats and for tile so that when we get a city, I can immediately buy the crab and improve it so that the city can start growing as quickly as possible. If we get to like size 4 within maybe 20 turns. Is there anything else? I don't have to invest into the copper. What about units? There are no relevant units right now. Maybe one more worker, but that can wait as well. Horses from Bogota. Really? Oh, the city-state itself is probably on top of horses. Okay. Or actually, maybe no, maybe the worker just finished that and we can't see the horses because we didn't reveal them yet for ourselves. Well, since I can't trade them away, it doesn't matter. 2 turns. I'm so nervous. Maybe the game is suggesting this tile. I'm not sure why it would suggest these tiles, because they're clearly worse than these two. But the game is correct about this one. Okay, so how long until we get the next one? 8. Well, let's go for it. Another Civ entered classical era. Oh, hey, barbarians. It's actually a different island. This might be a bad idea, but I want to know what's behind the city-state. Next. Okay, so our island ends here. Hey, Singapore. You are what? Mercantile, hostile, you have jewelry. I think we have 2 city-states now with jewelry. And someone already met you, judging by the amount or by the number that we got here. That means there is a safe somewhere in this direction, most likely. This looks like a tiny island. Which way? Probably want to land here next turn. Next. Please, please, please don't do it. Oh. It's only 100. I thought it was, or it would be 110. Doesn't really make much of a difference, but I really thought it would be 110. There's Trailblazer 2, and next level we should get Vision, which is gonna be a lot more important. There is another crab. Okay, so we can't improve Lapis. In 5 we get another settler. This city should have a pretty decent production if we help it a little bit. So let's buy this tile, 130. I can buy this tile, but then I won't have enough money for the workboat. The border's not growing, so the only way how I get this is that I buy it. 24. Yeah, sure, let's do it. And I'll start by working out. That will give us population 2 and 7, then we can lock this tile to get the shrine. With 22 gold per turn, we'll get the money for the second shrine easily. Okay, we are not getting the copper anytime soon when we are investing into cities. So what's the next goal? We finished the mine. And then we move here, get these 2 camps. Next. Oh, hey China. I am really not happy about having you in the game. Can we trade? Yes. And get 1 gold. This way I'm not losing anything. I will get that crab back soon. I want to make sure she doesn't trade the silver away before I get second copy of crab, so that's why I'm trading away my only copy right now, because I know I can get another one quite soon. I'm not quite scared looking at her tech count. 12, 7, 8. Yep. How did we meet her? Oh, this is how we met her. Oh, she already has sailing. For a while, we now don't have really that much to do. No. I want to wait and trade the embassy for my own embassy. We'll enter classical era quite late.
So teach us to number our days so that we may
I don't think that's a big deal. Okay, we can't go this way. Let's check the other side. 4 turns. 94. I think I want to get the workboat first. So that's 130. Yeah. It's 2 turns. I think I'll actually get the money for both in time easily. Yeah, no problem at all. 61, 7 turns. Next. We can't buy caravans until we get caravan series. I was thinking that maybe you could buy the second one, but nope. That's not gonna work. Also want to save up money to buy 1 trireme if possible. Speed up exploration. Marble. 1, 2, 3. We need that city-state border to grow here, because they'll block all the other tiles. So the last thing we need is to have an AI city this close to us. It's enough that we have Bodica basically right next to us, and by popping the city here, we'll be right next to her. How many cities does she have? 1. Yeah, I definitely need to rush the city. She may actually be aiming for this. Should I just send the warrior there? Next. I was even thinking about sending the settler, this settler there, but if I do that, she may send her settler here, and that'll be even worse. Okay, where do we go next? Probably here, away from those barbarians. Did I forget to buy the workboat in time? Yep. And we lost faith because of that. I think we lost 2 faith. And in the end, that could be 1 turn. And the 1 turn could be the difference between getting and not getting a religion. So, seemingly a small mistake that can have huge consequences. This one is gonna take 9, but I need it. I need to get one more. Can I somehow get it down to 8? Nine. That's 2, 2. 8. 4, 3. 1 turn on the social policy, I think, is less significant than 1 turn on the settler. I know that I'm losing on the artist points, but there's no way this would stay locked long enough for me to get the artist. If I locked this, it's still 8, and I'm getting the gold. Gold, gold, gold. How much do we have? 73. Next. Probably want the warrior here so that I see a potential settler as soon as possible. How did Lisbon grow with a settler queued up? That means I can save a turn. 2. Okay, still 2. It's probably because I didn't have another settler queued up. The game actually had, or the city had time in between those settlers to get the extra population. Wait. Look that. Uh, 4 turns, yep. Growth 19. Oh, now we need the monopoly. Without the monopoly, 1 tile won't have enough food to give us a decent growth. What do we get next? The fish. So if we get the fish improved, that would speed up the growth quite a bit. What do we want to get after the shrine? Then we have to get the monument. And probably council or well? Probably counts or granary. I don't really get anything from granary in Porto. That's what? That's food. No, council, I can't afford to ignore science. Okay, you are heading this way. Next. Great Lighthouse is gone. Where is Great Lighthouse? It has to be here. Yeah. That's impossible to beat as a player. Great Library is still available somehow, though. Not that I'm thinking about building it, but I'm just surprised that on 104. That specific wonder is still available. Wait. Although on this map, the Great Lighthouse is probably high priority. Next. Oops, we can't go anywhere. Can I pass through the city-state territory? I should be able to, right? National wonders of building requirements, gain 1 happiness. +1 signs in every city. No, +3 signs in the capital, and then councils and herbalists give extra science. Yeah, that just confirms that we want to build the council after the monument. Wait. 4 turns, 2 turns, 171. Go. 11 turns for the engineer. And I'm really not happy that we have this guy on the map. It depends where he is. Do you have anything for trade? Perils we will hopefully get from a city-state at some point. No. 79? What? How? I should probably check the other. 73 for China. Yep, I think they have some bonuses. Only 8 for Celt, so she's screwed. But where did they get 79 and 73 gold per turn? How many cities do they have? 5 and 3. How did China get 5 cities? And the Great Lighthouse. 13 tags, 14 tags. He's actually ahead of China. Great. So they're almost doubling our tech count. I'm gonna be depressed probably throughout this series. $205. How long is this gonna take? Forever. It's 110. So we can delay the payment on the shrine. Quite a bit, actually. I can buy this tile. 31. So next turn I can buy the workboat. That way we get the crab earlier. And we'll still easily pay for the shrine in time. It's 5. 7. I probably want the maximum growth. I can't enter this tile. You can start working again. Next. 49. Let's see how this changes now. Probably like 44. 42. Oh, there is nothing left. Actually, I should be probably heading in this direction now. Workboat. So, Porto, we are done here for a while, I think. Braga, we need to pay 110. We'll have easily the money. Also, this number is gonna change quite a bit once we improve that crab. Next. Sydney seeks Polynesia. Working on it. In 2 turns, we should be able to trade embassies. That will give us an alliance. Hello. Wow. That quest reward is maybe a bit too much. Just way too easy to finish. I'm not gonna complain. So, get a fishing boat. We'll be heading this way. 1 turn for the settler. You're working. 2 turns to grow. 81. Good, go. Yeah, I know that you want that crab, but you are not getting it unless you can give me a luxury in exchange. Losing grasp on Bogota, unfortunately. I took a little bit longer to decay than I expected, so that's nice. You're going this way. You are going... You are going, but where? Excuse me. It has to be here. How long is that gonna take? 5 turns. Okay, well, can't speed that up. Now, need to get that caravan next. Growing in 22. Now it's time to make some changes. Still need to have that engineer locked, but we are not working the mine anymore. Down to 13. Once we get that engineer, we just lock more food. I'd like to get another worker, but I just don't have time for it. What would herbalist give me? Nothing. Oh, that would give me the science and food, but no bonuses. Actually, no, we have a camp. It would be food, science, and 1 production. Or 3 gold. Trade roads to the city. It's to this city. Maybe I'll just get a few work boats. Prove this fish. This fish. That would be nice having this tile online. I'm gonna need a work boat here. Well, I'll probably buy that one. Oops. Did I forget to work it for a turn? I hope not. Next. There goes Great Library. So that's turn 111. Most sophisticated cultures. That's something I want to know. So we are one social policy behind 3 saves. And I think we are getting quite a lot of culture this time. Actually, 4 saves already. We are still 46 turns away, so they all get 6 by the time we get to 5. They may even get to 7 by the time we get to 5. That's pretty disgusting. Yeah, it's only Borica behind us because she's just screwed.
He who does welcome.
8, 7. And the shrine, we saved 2 turns. Okay, I want to save 2 turns on the shrine. She got the Great Library. 15, 14, Yep, that sucks, but I can't do anything about it. Are we getting one culture now? So it's, look at that. 59 turns. But once we get, excuse me, the monuments up, it's gonna be a little bit better. Next. You want an... Oh, wait, we can get those embassies, right? Let's get embassies. Do I want... She knows where we are, most likely, so yeah, we can trade embassies. How far is she? Not that bad. War breaks between Zanzibar and Bogota. Zanzibar and... We are neutral with Zanzibar. We need more quests. If we somehow end this war, that would be huge. I can't... Oh, come on. Emissary... It doesn't really change anything. It's not like he's gonna take an alliance from me. Next. Bogota seeks a new natural wonder. Yes, please. Now we need a quest from Zanzibar. And we also need to find the natural wonder, of course. Probably want to have this locked for now. 58, 72, so 3 turns. 4, 5, 6. To get there. Then we get the monopoly. I think I'm gonna leave the warrior here just in case Bodica does something stupid that I can jump into one of these cities. We're gonna need an archer. No, we just need everything and I don't have time. Next. I think I'm gonna get the manufacturer here. I could get it here, so it would be in range of Braga. And if there wasn't the mountain, maybe I would even pop him here so that all cities would be able to reach it. Can we get it down to 3? No. too long. Yeah, we have to grow. Next. Please give me a quest for a trade route right now. Nope. Are we done? Yep. Just one food. We have what, 8, 16, let's say 25 turns. Oh, 22 turns, 11. So I should be able to get both the camps before I move to the Lapis. I think. Is it gonna delay it? It is. They're just too good to ignore, I think. 939. 797, yep. May squeeze in a trireme somehow. Do we want to grow one turn faster? I think I want the production. Next. Is there anything here? No. Okay, I'll check if there is something on the other side of Sydney. Oh, that embassy. Thank you for reminding me. And the first religion is here. We are 28 turns away. 25 turns actually at this point. There is a chance. Wait. Yeah, still 4 available. They can be gone in 1 turn. Polynesia discovered for Sydney. Where's... it's not like super close, but it's not that far either. Tradition, progress, tradition. No one going authority so far, but on this map it's probably understandable. Okay, let's make sure we have this out of the way. We should, in 8 turns, I may just get 1 more workboat in the capital. Two, 4. Is it gonna change anything if I lock that 1 extra production? No. Just checking if I get a trireme, if I'll be able to explore more, but... well, that is potentially a way here, and also here. Where is it? Trireme. I think this is how we're gonna do it. Or is it? 215. Maybe I will just buy 1 and build 1. We'll get 2. Next. It's gonna be last turn for this episode. Should probably also start recording shorter episodes in case I make a mistake, that I don't play with that mistake for too long, that I notice it, because I'll be checking everything in between episodes more carefully. There we go, Monopoly on Crab. So now we'll have some pretty good tiles. 721. Turn 121. That's some pretty damn good tiles. Problem is, it will fall off very quickly compared to bonuses like this one, for example, or sugar. Basically anything percentage based. Okay, so we are trading, we have 4 cities, we are exploring. That's what I wanted to achieve today. China has 17 tax, but we are still like maintaining the gap of 7 tax, just not getting further ahead. We are ahead of our, it seems, only neighbor who still has 1 city. That is probably gonna be ours soon. I think I'm gonna explore here and start planning the invasion of Borica, or What's her capital? Edinburgh, I think. So we'll be planning the attack on Edinburgh. Hopefully we'll be able to do that before she gets another city, so we just take her out of the map. On the other hand, I'm not sure that I want to take a civ out of the map and just make others hate me, basically, until the end of the game. I also don't want her right next to me. She would probably just start bribing others to declare. So yeah, this is one thing that we all have to figure out. She seems to have copper as her main resource. So we would already have 2 copper tiles. There are most likely more on her island. If we get copper monopoly by taking her capital, that would be a nice bonus. Well, we need to find more AIs next time. 24 turns away from religion. It's gonna be probably close. And every bit of faith that we could get somewhere, anywhere, would be nice. Oh, we have another trade route available. That would be... I think trading with Sydney would be safe because there are no tiles where barbarians would be able to spawn. I could just get the Citadel here from the first general. Generals are not going to be really that important in this game. It's going to be all about admirals. And with a Citadel here, I would be able to send the cargo ship to Sydney. I probably should do that. How long until we get that general? We are getting, what, 8 per turn? So 10, 22 turns. 22, a cargo ship is 9, so that means we have 13 turns. This is 7, 11. There. I'll try to remember, or maybe actually I will just queue up the cargo ship. This way I should not forget. If we get it a little bit earlier, so be it. The workboat is probably gonna be for this fish. And maybe even like this. Okay, so this is all for today's episode. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.